Hey guys, this is Alicia, and today I'm going to do a quick tutorial. It's going to be more like some tips for chunky charms because as many of you know, I'm having an embellishment swap, and it's going to be mostly metals. So I'm going to be guiding you guys through some of the things that we're going to make, and I'm going to just give you some tips on how I make mine and see if I can inspire you guys to create. So it's actually the first item on the swap. It's to make a chunky charm, and a lot of you have seen or made one. Any that have not made one, that's kind of what I'm making this tutorial for. I had been making jewelry before I started making before I got into like actual crafting. So I knew, I played with jump rings and eye pins and all that stuff. But it's one thing to know how to bend the metal, and it's another thing to really know where to go and what to do with chunky charms, because your first one can be a little bit overwhelming, not knowing how much stuff to put or what to put in there or any of that stuff. And they're really fun once you get going on them. They're really fun to make. So I'll go ahead and show you guys some of the basics. What I found it's easier, it's to buy I buy my stuff on eBay, and knowing how to search for stuff it's the main thing. So these are what are called eye pins, and you'll see that they got a little circle. And then you also want to get some jump rings. Let me see, I dig through my stuff in here. So these are the jump rings, the little circles, and these are awesome for linking charms into beads. The main thing that I see what's easier to do, I'm also going to find my bead caps. These are the bead caps. And just searching for bead caps, I go to the buy now. A lot of the stuff comes from China, but if you have a PayPal account, then you don't have to worry about not getting the stuff, because you can always get your money back if they don't ship you the stuff. So I feel so safe buying stuff on eBay. I buy sometimes even clothes in there. So the main thing is knowing how to bend the metal. These are the tools that I use, and I think I bought these at Walmart like 5 years ago, and they are still good. I'm sure the fancier, the more expensive, the easier are to use, but these to me work perfect. So one thing that I always like to do is make my own links, and that's why I like these eye pins. And it all really comes down to embellishing. So I like to always try to put a bead cap on a bead. And actually, since this is silver, I'll use my silver bead cap. I brought one in here, and you can mix and match the colors, all that stuff. It really depends what the theme you're going for. The easiest way to close to make your links, I guess that's what you call it, is bending the metal in an L shape. And I'll show you what I just did. You see that? And you can use your tools for that, but I always use my fingers. Once you have an L, so you guys can see that right here. Too far. Once you have an L, now I'm trying to think of them. I think these are called the round nose pliers, flat pliers, and then this is the cutters. So I always take the round ones. This is the ones you want to make loops with. I'm sorry, I gotta wait for my to catch up. I'm using my camera phone, and this is probably not the best for tutorials, but you grab it from the bottom. Here we go. The tip with the tip. And you start, sorry, I guess I can't really see through my phone. And you start rolling. You can roll it towards you, it doesn't really matter. Because I can see what I'm doing. All I'm really doing is using this to turn and make another loop. And you can just, what I like to do is I like to, as you can see in here, I like to make my own links and link them to each other. You can make several strands and have them all dangle with different things. There's girls that like to make one chain and dangle a lot of stuff from the same chain and make it that chunky. And it just all depends how you want it to dangle in the shape that you're going for. I do it both ways. I dangle stuff from the same chain, like in this one. Sorry, like this one, where a lot of stuff is dangled from the same chain, and then I make links and stuff. The nice thing about making these chunky charms is that there's really no specific rules. It's just a shape that you want it to have. I like to make a couple strands, hang a few things, and then just look back at it. And I never sit down and finish a chunky charm just in one sitting. I usually keep adding stuff to it, and just combining, getting ideas on how to combine like different bead caps. It depends on the materials that you have. That's why I love buying stuff like this on eBay, because then I could get a variety of beads, like these glass beads. I actually got this one at Michael's a long time ago when they had those acrylic embellishments, and since there was a hole, I just put a linked something through it. It's awesome whenever I get beads on swaps and stuff. I love it because then I get a variety of these. There were actually 2 half bird cages, and I glued them together to make one. Put some seam binding to make it all vintagey. These baubles are my favorite. I love baubles. They're awesome to put at the end of it. And then this, I made a little angel with a dress. I used one of my, and it's just about being creative. I took one of my humongo bead caps and I turned it into a dress for my angel. Put a little crown on her and made her a little dress with a bead cap, and you use those at the ends. Now you always want to go from smaller to large. You always want to use your large beads at the end to kind of give it a nice shape. You want it to dangle. You can make it chunky, thin, and then chunky again, or you could just go small and then let it all flare out. Sorry, guys. No, it's not focusing. There it is. So just be creative and have fun. My first chunky charms were not chunky at all, and I think this one's not really chunky enough. I just wanted it to be really dangly. But that's the nice thing about the chunky charms. There really are no rules. I actually went ahead and put together some charms because I have tons. I buy them in bulk. I have tons of charms, and I put some kits together in my store if you guys want to check those out. And I found these clips. They're really fun to use for making your charms, and I added as a bonus, I added some lanyards and some of these clips to them. I also found these really cute bottle cap charms. I haven't really put anything on it, but it's nice. You could put a sticker or an image on it. I don't know if you can see it there. And I have some of those. I actually have some of these wings in there, so just check it out. I think it's priced very reasonable because I just took my leftovers, put them together, kind of calculated what I paid for them, and put them together in kits for you guys. So if you guys don't have many beads or supplies, go ahead and check it out. I'll go ahead and link the store. Today's the last day to sign up for the metal embellishment swap. So I went ahead and I'll go ahead and link up the metal embellishment. I'll go ahead and link up this store. And if you guys order the more than one kit and you order the chunky, I guess it's called a charm kit. I'm going to go ahead and put I'm going to put some eye pins and some chains. Sorry, I got my I got some chain. I gotta put them together because I just kind of thought of that. But I'm gonna go ahead and put some chain, some jump rings, some eye pins, and some bead caps as a bonus for ordering the kits from my store if you order the charm kit. So anyway, I know it wasn't much of a tutorial. It was more like tips and tricks for these, but there's really learning how to bend the metal, the eye pins. It's mainly all you really need to know when it comes to making your own chunky charms. Adding and getting creative on what stuff to add, and having a combination of supplies. It's really all it goes down to but I think if you're gonna invest into supplies, definitely get the eye pins, and you can get them different sizes too, and that will help you. And what I do, especially if I have some leftovers, for example, I can have this big bead through. There we go. When I bend it, I'm going to calculate how much it will take to make one. And then I'll use this extra piece. And there we go. Just bent. I bent that one. Made a little charm. And now I have an extra piece. You can bend this and make a jump ring. And then you can use this to link an actual charm to the little bead you just created. So I don't want to ramble too much, and I don't want it to be too long. I just wanted to make sure that I got all the information in one video, and I really hope that this was helpful, you guys. Feel free to message me if you have any questions. I can give you guys some ideas and some links and some of the places that I get my supplies from on eBay, like especially the jump rings and stuff. And thank you guys for watching. Again, don't forget to sign up for the embellishment. At least check out the video if you want to check out the embellishment shop. And also our hop for our Facebook group. It's still on. I'll go ahead and link that as well. Yes, we have a hop for our new Facebook group, crafty group that we created. So I'll go ahead and put that as well if you guys want to check that out and see what it's about and hop along. We all have giveaways. It's really fun. So thank you guys for watching again. Bye-bye.